Do we owe an apology to Daniel Levy now? Tottenham's win over Manchester City has sparked some opinions, with Daniel Levy cited as a hero. Send your mails on this or any other subject to theater@football365.com. This is better, right? The return of the Premier League was absolutely wonderful. We got to see amazing goals, Brentford stunned Arsenal, the new application of VAR adds sense to reason, and the magnificent return of the fans. Oh, how I underestimated the value a crowd adds. Above all, and culminating in the City Spurs game, was the discontinuation of standards from the Euros from referees. Slide tackles seem to becoming relevant again. Silly play acting is being ignored, and soft challenges too. It's great, the game flows so much better, and it really feels more like a contest. Spurs seem to be flying into legal challenges and winning them, with no complaints from either side. Football is back. Football was a game of inches, and now it's a game of feet, as football should be. Calvino, Pogba plus Fernandes equals things could get silly, fans and refs make a difference. Season's predictions are well and good. But the pundits seem to have forgotten two key factors. 1. The impact crowds will have this season. We're more likely to see a Brentford or Arsenal, yes, spring a surprise result. Against one of the contenders. 2. Refs have been asked to let the game flow, lesser fouls given, and Pep's teams are known to be masters of the dark arts. They won't always get their way this season. Taz F365 should apologize to Daniel Levy. I am writing to you following our victory over Manchester City. I believe you owe Daniel Levy an apology for the unwarranted criticism you have been giving him all summer. Your criticism seemed to be based purely on the fact that he took his time to appoint Spurs' new manager, when in fact his actions deserve nothing but praise. Levy appointed one of the most respected doffs in the game this summer, a man who has already flexed his clout in the transfer market with 3 excellent signings, Romero, Golini and Gill. He then decided on Nuno following a thorough and comprehensive recruitment process, the result of which has been a dominant victory over the champions, and nothing but praise from the players over his methods. Nuno got his tactics and team selection spot on today, and after a shaky first 15 minutes we grew into the game and threatened Man City's goal constantly with razor-sharp counter-attacks. Tanganga was the best player on the pitch and Skip looks extremely promising in midfield. Bergwijn justified his selection, and even Sanchez looked solid, which Nuno deserves credit for. This is the most exciting time to be a Tottenham supporter in living memory, and it's all down to Levy. So maybe you should hold off before jumping to criticize him in future. Finally, in response to Peter, whose mail you kindly published the other day, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium was absolutely packed, and thanks to the bottoms-up pouring system the beer queues were moving quicker than any stadium in the country. Barry Fox 1-0 to the Tottenham? Sounds weird, might get some play this season. 12th, they'll win the league with him though. THFC Man City look rusty. Pleased to see City drop some points there, obviously. Not reading too much into it though, and we'll just chalk it up to City's rustiness. In 2 or 3 weeks' time, when they're match fit and properly drilled, no way at all Bergwijn doesn't get pulled back for a foul in his own half before the break gets threatening. No yellow card though, obviously. Andy, MUFC, Man United fans are just dreaming anything might happen this season, and the wonderful return of fans to grounds only increases the potential randomness, but people are talking about this Manchester United team as if they have actually won an important trophy recently. Very much this is our year vibes. Relatedly, Liverpool haven't done any exciting business, and it's just all the same old faces. Thing is, those same old faces are really ticking good and have actually won important trophies recently. In their worst possible scenario season they still finished third and were top around Christmas. With a fit squad, fans in the grounds, and the inevitable post-league winning hangover season out their way, they look and sound as determined as ever. We used to all get excited about how the new signings of other teams or early dropped points would deliver the league title to someplace other than Old Trafford. Meanwhile, Fergie's experienced old heads would end up winning the title because that is just what they did. All of this is to say, Manchester City or Liverpool will win this league. Pretending otherwise for a few months makes the whole thing more fun and interesting, but just search your feelings, you know it to be true. Dan, Nico Brucey, must have been a brilliant halftime team talk from Bruce. Once again showing an inability to change a game tactically when things go wrong. He should have done the decent thing and resigned last season instead of hanging on for a payoff. Now he knows when he inevitably takes Newcastle down, he'll get a nice payoff, and he's bulletproof until that happens. Chris Stockdale, NUFC Messi the Albatross 4-2 win with a Martin Braithwaite brace? That messy lad was clearly holding back both his club and Denmark's finest Yorkshireman. Northern Solen UFC, am I getting the hang of these knee-jerk reactions?